All right, Shalom, Yasha back with another GMS on the go. This is the Raleigh, North Carolina camp. I'm Brother Nakam.
Brother Shawai.
And again, this is the Raleigh, North Carolina camp. Before we go any further, we'd like to give all honor, all glory, and all praises to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakar Quadash. Next up, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching us this truth according to the Bible and rule well. And a double shalom to all the sincere Akim throughout the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth and righteousness and sincerity to the best of your ability. And me and the brother was able to get up to today, and we're just going to dive into a quick lesson on how the Lord killeth. So dive right into it.
It's 1 Samuel chapter 2, verse 6. The Lord killeth.
Right. It said the Lord killeth. It didn't say Allah killeth. It didn't say Buddha killeth. It didn't say Santa Maria killeth. It didn't say the Hindu goddess Shiva killeth. It didn't say Serapis killeth. It didn't say Baphomet killeth. It didn't say none of these false gods who are no gods kill. It said the Lord kills. Yahweh, Yahweh Shah. You see who the world ignorantly calls God and Jesus, who's so-called black man. You see, Yahweh Shema Shah, they're the ones that's behind the mask. You see, that's putting you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and the Americans, who are the real biblical Hebrew Israelites, to death, along with the rest of the heathen nations. You see, so when you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and the Americans, you see, get put to death by you know, all these tragic accidents, you know, whether it be by a plane crash or a car crash, it was Yahweh Shema Shah that put you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and the Americans to death.
That's right.
You see, when you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Americans get put to death by a heart attack, you see, or a stroke, or cancer, you see, or whatever the case may be, it was Yahweh Shema Shah that put you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Americans to death. You see, when you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Americans get caught up in a house fire, you see, it was Yahweh Shema Shah who put you to death. You see, when you so-called Negroes, Latino Americans get killed by them severe tsunamis, you see, in tornadoes that the Lord be bringing upon the earth, it was Yahweh Shema Shah who put you so-called Negroes, Latino, and Native Americans to death. You see, from y'all being wicked. You see, from y'all transgressing the laws, statutes, commandments to the Bible. You see, so Yahweh Shema Shah are the ones that's killing. You see, who's putting you so-called Negroes, Latino, and Americans, along with the rest of these nations, to death.
That's right.
So read that from the top again for me, Baba Kashaw.
Right. This is 1 Samuel chapter 2, verse 6. The Lord killeth and maketh alive.
Oh, Salaki, read that one more time for me.
This is 1 Samuel chapter 2, verse 6. The Lord killeth and maketh alive.
Right. It said the Lord killeth and maketh alive. You see, so Yahweh Shema Shah is the one that's keeping you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Americans alive. You see, when you get into those bad accidents, you see those tragic accidents. So again, when you so-called Negroes, Latino Americans get into that bad car crash or that bad plane crash, it's the Lord who kept you alive if you survive. You see, when you got a newborn baby that's born, it was the Lord who gave that newborn baby, gave him life, who made that newborn baby alive.
Right.
You want to say something?
Yep. And a lot of people, mainly these Christians, these Christians, they go off and they say whenever something bad happens, the first thing they say is, man, dang, the devil is out here today, man. Like, dang, man, the devil took that man from the earth, man. Nah, man, the devil, first of all, spiritual demon Satan, he got to come to the Lord for anything that he want to do. So, even if it was him out here killing, he ain't doing it on his own will, so it's the will of the Heavenly Father.
That's right, brother. That's right. Read that for me one more time.
Okay. This is 1 Samuel chapter 2, verse 6. The Lord killeth and maketh alive.
Right, so the Lord is killing. Again, the Lord is killing and he's making alive. You see? So when you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Americans, you see, are getting ate by these brutal animals, you see, if the Lord keeps you alive from that, it was the Lord who kept you alive. You see, the Lord is ultimately, keeping you so-called Negroes alive. The Lord is the one that's doing all the killing, and the Lord is the one that's keeping you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Americans alive through whatever he's bringing upon you. Read on.
Yep. He bringeth down to the grave And bringeth up.
Right, and the Lord bring it down to the grave. And that's what he did with you so-called Negroes, Latino, and Americans. You see, what the real biblical Hebrew Israelites. He brought us down to a low point. You see, to a very low point. You see, down to nothing. You see, if you look at the average Jake out here, you see, we don't know if we going or coming. You see, we lost as a people. You see, so the Lord brought us down to a very low point. In the same way he brought us down to a very low point, he gonna bring us up, you see, soon come to where we're in the kingdom. You see, and we're ruling over all these other nations. You see, being kings again of the earth. You see, but going back to the point, the Lord is the one that's doing all the killing. You see?
That's right. This is Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 39.
Mm-hmm.
See now that I, even I, am he, and there is no God with me.
Right, so there ain't no God with Yahweh Bashimal Shah. You see, again, Allah, Buddha, the Hindu goddess Shiva, Santa Maria, Haile Selassie, Baphomet, you see, Serapis, you see, and any other false god that name, they're not with Yahweh Bashimal Shah. You see, Yahweh Shah, they stand alone. You see, those are the only true and living power.
That's right. I kill and I make alive.
So there it is again. Just backing up 1 Samuel 2 and 6. Yahweh Bashimal Shah, they're the ones that doing the killing. You see, they're the ones that putting you so-called Negroes, Latino, and the Americans along with the rest of the heathen nations to death. You see?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, and it said, and I make alive. You see, and it's Yahweh Bashimal Shah that's keeping you so-called Negroes, Latino, and the Americans alive. That's if he wants to keep you alive.
Mm-hmm. I wound and I heal.
Right, it said I wound. So when you break your toe, if you break your heel, your ankle, your leg, your arm, you see, if you get hurt in any kind of way, it was the Lord who wounded you. You see, it was the Lord who let you get hurt. Read on.
Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand.
So I can read that from the bottom again.
Mm-hmm. I wound and I heal.
Right, so it's the Lord that's healing you from that wound. That's if he wants you to heal from that wound. You see, because the Lord don't have to heal you from that wound. You see, so if you wound from that heel, again, it's ultimately Yahweh Bashimal Shah that's healing you from that wound.
That's right. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand.
Right, it said neither is there any to deliver out of my hand. You see, so when Yahweh Bashimal Shah got that eye set on you, you see, and they're ready to give you a judgment and take you out. Can't nobody save you out of Yahweh Bashimal Shah's hand. You see, none of these false gods can't save you. Your mom can't save you. Your brother can't save you. Your dad, you see, your sister, none of your family members can save you from that judgment that Yahweh Bashimal Shah is going to bring upon you. Showing you that what? The Lord kills.
That's right. This is Psalms chapter 68, verse 20. He that is our power is the power of salvation.
Right, said he that is our power, and that word ours possessive, showing that it's not talking about everybody, showing that it's not talking about the whole world. It's talking about you so-called Negroes, Latino, and Americans. You see, who are the real biblical Hebrew Israelites. You so-called Negroes, Latino, and Americans, your power, Yahweh Bashimal Shah, they're the power of salvation. You see, they're the power of your salvation.
That's right. And unto Yahweh the Lord belong the issues from death.
Right, so unto Yahweh Bashimal Shah belongs the issues of death. You see, so it's Yahweh Bashimal Shah that's issuing you so-called Negroes, Latino, and Americans, and these nations death. You see, so if Yahweh Bashimal Shah wants you so-called Negroes, Latino, and Native Americans to be put to death, then that's what it's going to be. Y'all going to get put to death. You see? If the Lord wants you to stay alive, he going to keep you alive. You see? But going back, the Lord is the one that's killing. You see? The Lord is the one that's taking you so-called Negroes, Latino, and Americans, along with the heathen nations, you see, out.
Right. Yep. And you know, man, that just goes to show you that everything that happens is in the hand of the Most High. You know, our people need to stop, because when you give credit unto these other things, like when somebody dies or when when somebody is born, you give all the credit to something else, another so-called power, when you should be giving that credit to the Most High, whether it's good or bad, because you know the Most High is the director. We just all little actors. It's all His will. Whatever He wants to happen, we follow the script. You know, and that's it, good or bad.
Kind of just laying back what you just said. You made a beautiful point. You see, when something good or bad, when something happens, they get credit to someone else.
Mm-hmm.
You see, and by y'all giving credit to somebody else, you see, that's making y'all making it seem like the Lord is nothing really.
Right, you discrediting Him.
Kind.
That's right.
But going back to the point, you know, Yahweh Shema Shah, they're the ones that's killing. You see, they're the ones that's issuing death on you people, on you wicked people. On top of that. You see? So,
that's right.
You
So
good?
yep.
Good. So with that, I hope you've been edified. It's been another GMS on the go. This is the Raleigh, North Carolina camp. Before we go any further, we'd like to give all honor, all glory, and all praises to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakar Kodash. Next up, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone from teaching us this truth according to the Bible and Ruel, and a double shalom to all the sincere Akim throughout the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth and righteousness and sincerity to the best ability. Till next time, shalom.
Shalom.